I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A 17-year-old Flagler Palm Coast High School student takes her own life. Sheriff's deputies say Shantiana Stafford was found dead Monday night inside her home at Madison Green Apartments. She had hung herself. Stafford's death marks the third teen suicide in Flagler County in 18 months. You may recognize Stafford's name. She made national news in 2013 after Reuters published a photo of her brother, and her mother awaiting the verdict in the trial of George Zimmerman for the murder of Trayvon Martin. Stafford's mother tells deputies her daughter had been depressed recently after being bullied at school for years. She was also apparently upset that she might be transferring to Matanzas High School and feared losing her friends at FPC. The school has grief counselors and psychologists on hand for students affected by Stafford's death. If you need help, visit FlaglerLifeline.org or call the 24/7 Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport. Save time, money, and stress. The Daytona Beach International Airport. Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta. And starting in May, nonstop flights to New York City via American Airlines.
Be leery of who's calling you, John Arking explains.
The Palm Coast Fire Department would like to warn residents about a telephone scam solicitation for donations. Patrick Giuliano is the Fire Public Information Officer.
We have just gotten word within the last few days that residents have gotten phone calls soliciting for donations. We want to remind folks that these donations are not used by the Palm Coast Fire Department, and we don't want them to become victim of a scam. And if they believe they are a victim of a scam, to contact the Flagler County Sheriff's Office to make a report of it. As far as we've just found out that it's been going on the last few days.
Giuliano says the Palm Coast Fire Department and its partners, the Palm Coast Volunteer Fire Rescue, Inc., and the Palm Coast Professional Firefighters, Local 4807, would never call residents soliciting a donation. Anyone who believes they're a victim of a scam is asked to contact the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
Who was the first woman to vote in Flagler County in the historic 1920 election?
Kim Medley, the spokeswoman for AAUW Flagler, says she has some info, but she's looking for more on the first women to vote in the election shortly after women got the right to vote.
We have discovered documents, we've discovered numbers, we have names for the women. And what we want to do is reach out to their descendants. We want to put a picture with the name. If there's a story to tell, we want to hear the story.
Medley says she knows there are candidate statements, and now she's looking for more memorabilia from that election time. She's trying to gather as much information as possible to fill in some of the blanks in Flagler County's history before the 100th anniversary of ratifying the 19th Amendment. That's the amendment that gave women the right to vote. It's coming up on August 26th. 2020. Tomorrow was Alice Scott Abbott, the first woman to vote in Flagler County. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
The leader of the National Audubon Society is coming to Palm Coast to deliver a keynote address. With more, here's Tony Magoo.
National Audubon Society Executive David Ringer is coming to town to give the keynote lecture at the City of Palm Coast Birds of a Feather Fest. Ringer's lecture, Protecting Birds Together, today and tomorrow, will be free to the public if they register in advance at birdingfest.com. The speech will cover humans' impact on birds and how people can work together to protect their future. Ringer was right there in the battle after the 2010 BP oil spill on behalf of Audubon. This event will begin at 6:30 Friday, February 8th at Palm Coast Community Center. The 5th annual Birds of a Feather Fest will be on February 7th through the 10th. There'll be guided birding trips, workshops, social events, and family activities for both beginners and experienced birders. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.